Isn't that the one that you kickflipped the Costco gap?
Yeah, I believe that was in
Super Future.
I think that was in the Super Future.
What are you doing over there? That thing's massive.
Dude, that thing is
massive.
jacked. I grew up next to that thing. I didn't realize it was there.
Yeah.
Because
it's bother to look at that thing.
Because it's a wall with a fence on.
I don't remember who took me there or why I went there. Maybe Hoops. I think Hoops might have
sounds like a Hoops thing.
Because I was jumping, I was jumping and I wasn't I wasn't opposed to hucking at that point. And I had ollied that thing
I was gonna say
for
you ollied
Oakley. It was Oakley Our Life.
Okay.
That's
video.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I ollied it in that. I think I had on like a pink and a blue shoe. I always remember that. And like a Volcom shirt that was like yellow, like something crazy. Like the outfit was gnarly, but whatever, the trick happened.
Whatever you did.
It was an ollie.
Yeah.
And so it was always in the back of my head that like something else could be done down that. And by something, like for me, it was kickflip. Like, but I wasn't like strong enough. I wasn't strong enough after I ollied it. So I waited years. I think I was 17, 18 maybe.
Okay.
So I waited like 2 or 3 years. And it was funny because it was like, I think it was on a Saturday morning, and I had partied the night before. I didn't go to bed at a reasonable time at all. And I woke up a little bit like a little saucy still.
Sure.
And was like, it was a good idea to go. The kickflip had to happen right then and there, like now.
It wasn't predetermined, but the night before. It was like you woke up and you're like, today's
the day.
I got
so
you.
I called Ricky.
And Ricky Beatenbaugh.
Ricky Beatenbaugh, and I called Atiba, and I said, "Can you guys be there in an hour? I'm gonna go for it." And Atiba was kind of like scared. He's like, "Are you sure, man? Like, it's kind of big." And I'm like, "Yeah, just come, just come. Just come."
When Atiba's questioning something, he's seen a lot of gnarly stuff go down.
And it was cool because like somehow like I was skating a lot with Justin Figueroa at the time too, with Figgy, and so Figgy came with us, and then I had all my friends that probably woke up at the house that morning, and we just showed up. And my thing was I did have some like a rule for it. I was like, because it took me 4 tries to ollie it years before. And so this time I was telling my friends, I was like, if I ollie it first try, then I'm going to go for the kickflip.
Oh, wow.
And so I ollied it first try, and it felt really good. And I had put on that was the first time I ever rode an 825 board.
Wait.
First time?
Wait. You put together a board that you've never skated before to kickflip this Costco gap. That's a mountain.
It was a Danny Way board too, so I had the power, like. No, but I knew because the ollie, like I had cracked my board, and it was a 775.
And you're skating 775 before this?
I was skating an 8.
Okay.
Previous.
Gotcha.
To this, like I kind of switched my board like every, I don't know. I kept going up, but
Gotcha.
825 was like a big board for me at the time. But this Danny Way graphic that was it was like camo with the black B and just said Way on it, and it looked good. It feels like the way my board looks now, you know, like, and so I knew putting that board on that it was possible. Like I just knew. And ollied it first try, and then I think it took me 4 tries to kickflip it.
4 tries to kickflip it. I mean, just the impact of that alone.
And the gap was far. Like, it was a decently far gap.
It wasn't just like a up and down. It was like you had to gap out.
Yeah, and it's like a weird, you got to like roll
corner
up,
pocket type thing.
You got to roll up the curb, and then like over those like the blind kind of ridges. And then it was like a weird sidewalk thing. And then, it's like it drops off, and it's probably a 4-foot gap, and then maybe 1.5 feet is the fence. So from the bottom, it just looks like it's dropped, but it's like, it's longer than this table with a 1.5 foot fence. So you have to like get out there.
I was going to say, because that's got to be just a mind jumble in itself, because you're going at this thing. You can't even see the landing until you're like up and over the fence probably.
Well, you can see it on the first couple tries. It's like you kickflip. I think I flailed one of them because it surprised me. Like once I was like, all right, cool, there's the fence, and got to over the fence and was like, oh my God. Like,
rolling the windows
like,
up.
No, this is insane. And once I took the impact on the first fall, I knew I was all right. I was going to be all right. Like, as long as I could like try to roll out, or like ideally was to like land on the board so I could take some impact away from it. Which it started happening. There was only like 1 or 2 flails, and then I got scared on one and like flicked my board out, but I needed that one to like get fired up.
Gotcha.
But the one that like happened, it happened like dumb luck too. It just like shifted.
Yeah.
And then rolling away from that was like the best feeling
I'm sure
I've really ever had on a skateboard, just because it was so pure, and like my hands didn't touch, but they got that close to the ground, you know, but like my hands were flat. Like I knew it just took everything. Like I think my butt almost hit my board. It was every ounce of impact that I
think
could take.
when Ricky Beatenbaugh was on the show, I think he had brought that clip with him.
Yeah.
And I think we had commented on that. Like, like Reynolds kind of has the same thing, right? Where his butt almost touches, and it's like, then he stands back up and you're like, how did somebody do? My body doesn't work like that.
Strong
I can't
knees.
get back up like that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And I didn't always used to land like that. I think I would land a little bit back heavy until I started actually like weight training with squats and like with deadlifts, and actually learned that like with a squat or a dead, like especially with a squat, like you can't be over your heels, or you're gonna go and you have to be completely straight up and down.
Sure.
And you have to let your knees like do its deal. And
Interesting.
so I started realizing that like that's probably the best way to land is the same way that I would be structured, like lifting a heavy weight. And for I don't know, the last 10 years, that's really what we do. Like anything that I do in the gym is always bolts based. So like even when I land today, it's the same thing. It's just an overhead squat.
Interesting.
Oh, wow, okay.
Interesting. So you said that was almost the best feeling you've ever had on a skateboard.
That one was pretty. I don't know. I don't know of another one that felt like that.
Damn.
Relieving.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, because you've done a lot of shit, you know? It's not like that was like your only big thing you've done. I mean, you've done a lot of stuff.
No, yeah. I mean, that's just one that was like, didn't really know if it was possible.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and like, I just didn't know.
Well, the funny thing is, I mean, I want to say something after that, but no one else has stepped to it other than you, except for that kid that ran and jumped off of it.
Yeah, he
dude.
blew out both his ankles. And I'm like, yeah, but why would you jump off that?
I didn't think it was real until I somehow saw it on the internet. I was like, oh my God, I thought it was like a myth.
No, it's like he really...
He just ran and
Yeah.
He ran and jumped.
It's like he got off of school and just ran and jumped off of it and just broke
Both of his ankles.
Yeah, that's how big this thing is.
Wow.
And I was like, no one else has ever stepped to
It's
it.
massive.
And I don't know why. It's not like, yeah, it's big, but like there's dudes right now, 100%, like someone could go switch ollie it or like half cab it. Like so, something can be done.
I
for
could see a
sure.
switch ollie for
Switch
sure.
ollie,
or like
yeah.
a switch 180. I don't know, something switch 180 or
Switch 180 would be sick.
Yeah.
What's it equivalent to, like, as far as stairs? How many stairs is that, do you think?
It depends, because like to get over that the initial fence,
Right.
you know, you got to be going at least fast enough to like, I don't know, probably skate like a 6 stair, 7 stair, but like by the time you have that speed and then the 14-foot drop comes in, like you're landing probably a 14, 15 stair.
Right.
I don't know, man. It's
Yeah.
hard. That's a good question.
guesstimation on that, yeah.
Well, it's funny because, like you said, like when you're doing something that big, speed is definitely a factor, right? Because the faster you're going, I think the chief, Jamie Thomas, had said something when he tried the leap of faith. I think it was just like he wasn't going fast enough.
Yeah, you
like if
gotta
he's
go
going
fast
faster,
on drops.
he right.
You got to.
Got to go fast.
Where is that like button right? Is it right here or right here?
Just a little scroll coming down the bottom.
It's
Subscribe.
over to it's on your
It's on my
left.
right? It's on
No,
my
on your
left.
left.
Hey,
Yeah.
hit that
Right there.
button right there.
Right there.
Right
Yeah,
there.
please.
The like button's kind of like in the middle there. It's like we're kind of like
it's like right here?
Kind of.
Like
yeah,
right
and the
there?
subscribe's like over to the left.
It's like right over there. All right.